Hello YouTube fans, this is TheSkullKlown here to review The Thing from 1982. Is it from 82? Most likely it probably is. But anyways, it's from the 80s and it's one of the best horror sci-fi movies you will ever freaking watch. Let's get started with this review.
Hello YouTube fans, this is TheSkullKlown.
So, a spaceship comes to the Earth, and it's all wobbly and everything, like it's about to crash. And it cuts to Antarctica. And Antarctica looks nice, the shots look great and everything like that. Then you see a helicopter come in, then you see like a dog just running. And the helicopter shooting at the dog. What? Why? Actually, I know why. Because, I mean, we all know why if you watch this movie. But, really, when you first see it, you're like, what the fuck, guy? You hate dogs? You guys would do anything just to kill that dog. Jeez. So after they're like shooting the dogs and everything like that, they go to where the main characters are at, and obviously the main characters can't understand what the guy that's shooting at the dog is saying. So it's like no one doesn't understand what's going on, so they're shooting at people that you're not supposed to shoot at. Well, the guy that doesn't talk English is shooting at the dog because it's the Thing. And then the main character, one of the main characters, takes the dog, thinking it's innocent and all, and brings it to a shed of dogs. I don't know about you. I know the main characters didn't know this, but as the viewer, when you know, after you watch the movie a few times, after you know that this dog is the Thing, and you put the dog in the shed, what do you think was going to happen? What the fuck? By the way, what the fuck happened to my hair? Like, who cut it off cuts? Yeah, again, what do you think is going to happen? Put on a... Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, that's what happens when you put a extraterrestrial, an evil being extraterrestrial that can shapeshift anything into what it wants to inside a cage. Yep, I feel sorry for all the dogs. So, while the dog's getting eaten, eventually the guys find out. They're like, what the fuck is happening to our dogs? And then they burn what was there, obviously. And the Thing dog died, I think. And then eventually passes on to a human being that they find. It's one of their own members of the crew. And then he turns into the Thing outside and they burn him. Then they bring him to the freaking, into basically kind of like, it's almost like a warehouse, but it's not really a warehouse. It's just like almost like a cabin, you know, but different. Not exactly like a cabin. If it was, they'd be freezing to death. They'll be all dead. No heating, nothing. They were in the middle of nowhere with this thing, okay? So run, okay? And there is a prequel to this movie, and to be quite honest, the prequel is not that bad. It's just that the CGI should have not been bright as it is. There's moments when CGI needs to be bright. In that movie, in that prequel of The Thing, that people thought was a remake, they should have just made the CGI a little bit darker, because I've seen a video that a YouTuber just tinted the darkness of The Thing, of the prequel in the movie a little bit, and it looked 10 times better, 10 times scarier. And it made the film a little bit more engaging, because the CGI didn't look like shit, you know? So there you go. And again, that prequel was not bad. It's just the CGI it had to be fixed. That's it, you know? Even though they were going to use special effects like in this movie, but they didn't do it because I don't know why. Literally. I hope they don't do that with the new Chucky movie, but knowing them, they most likely would do it. But moving on. Everybody gets fucked over in this movie, and I'm not going to show a lot of clips again, mainly because you guys need to see this movie. And if you have, then I don't have to show it a lot. You know how this freaking movie is. You really are. This movie is a masterpiece. It's good, and it deserves every recognition it freaking deserves. For crying out loud. If you look in the background, I don't know if you can see it. I have a red book that says 1,001 movies you should watch before you die. This movie is in there. not the remake, this movie is in that book. Fucking awesome, okay? And so eventually the main character, he has to survive all of this shit. He's seeing his crew members die one by one. It is fucking crazy. And the special effects in this movie, again, I'm not going to show you a lot of clips, but oh my god, the special effects in this movie, beautiful, 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 beautiful. And knowing that John Carpenter literally said that the special effects were made after the movie was shot, to me, it didn't feel like it. It literally felt like you shot the actors and then was like, alright, next scene with the monster, you know? Instead of being like actors, then we put the monster after, you know? Because back in the day, you didn't have to do, back then you didn't have to do that. But at the time, I can understand why you had to do it, because you couldn't figure out what the monster would look like probably, or most likely what the monster is, you know? And it's kind of true, because the theme could be anything, because it is. It could be human, it could be a dog, it could be a bird, it could be anything that you can even imagine. As long it has a beating heart, it can take form of it. And that's what's scary about the thing. And a lot of people always like to have an argument if who will win in a fight, the Blob or the Thing. Again, people, if you watch Minty Comedic Arch, I don't think he mentions it, but I think one of his videos, either the Thing or the Blob, one of those two videos, people commented saying that, oh, would it be great if those two fought? And Minty pointed out saying that, I don't think they will fight, I think they will just merge into one. I think that too. I literally think the Blob and the Thing would just merge into one and become this massive destruction extraterrestrial force that cannot be stopped. You have the Blob that literally puts people into, literally the Blob is made out of acid. It will make you freaking melt because it has acid in it. That's how the Blob is. And the Thing will become you. So imagine what could you do if you put the Blob and the Thing together. To be honest, you should make a movie. Thing Blob. Call it that, or Blob Thing. I don't care what you call it. Just make the movie. I will watch it. I will definitely fucking watch it. Why? I'm sorry. I'm going on a tangent here, but that should be a movie. I'm orgasming. I'm just thinking about it because I'm such a big horror sci-fi fan and also horror fan. I just love those movies really much. Really, really good. And eventually, we get the ending of evil extraterrestrial versus human. And obviously, you know who wins. This does not look like a good sign for Chris Tucker. And by the way, Chris Tucker is the best part of this movie, obviously. He's a good actor. And oh my god, it's a fucking Tremor. By the way, that's a pretty good movie. I like Tremor. I mean, I haven't seen the other movies, like the new ones. I heard the new ones are kind of shit. But I do like the first three ones of Tremors. I really enjoy Tremors. So, and holy crap, Chris Tucker is gonna die in Tetsuko Hentai. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. Sorry. And holy crap, look at that thing. Look at that special effect. I fucking love it. It just becomes more gorier and gorier every time he evolves. How is that even possible? I just love it. Oh my god. It's so grotesque and disgusting. I love it. Best horror icon ever. Get him, Chris.
Fuck you too.
Right. And just like all good final bosses, they explode. Badass. And after that, Chris Tucker defeats the Thing, walks outside, wait for technically until death comes. It's kind of sad when you think about that, because who's gonna come? He's stranded. He's literally stranded out of nowhere, and obviously one of the main characters that's in the movie of The Thing also, which is, he's a great actor. That he works with Roddy Piper in the movie that They Live. If you know what I'm talking about, great actor. I forgot his name, but he was it Chris Tucker, the character, he gives him whiskey, but it's not whiskey. It's like most likely oil, basically, or some type of I think it's oil, so he can kill like the extraterrestrial, obviously, to kill the Thing. Because there's a theory on the internet out there that the African American character is the Thing, because he walked out off screen and Chris Tucker was like, "Where were you?" He's like, "I was over there." He's like, "Yeah, right. Where the fuck were you?" You know? And he was like, "Dude, I told you I was doing some of this stuff." And he's like, "No, where the fuck were you?" You know? So obviously they're like on a standstill, you know, because he doesn't believe him, one doesn't believe the other, you know. So, and then Chris Tucker has a whiskey, and his friend is like, "You want some?" He's like, "Nah, you can have some." He's like, "All right," and he starts drinking it. So one of those two guys are the Thing, and I doubt it's Chris Tucker, you know. And if Chris Tucker is the Thing, yo, that puts the ending even more into like, oh my god, no one's never safe, you know. I love this movie. Should I have showed more? Yes, but the thing is, the reason I didn't show more is because this movie is so damn good that you need to watch it for yourself if you haven't watched this movie. Yes, I only show the beginning part and the last part. But in between is a ride. Is a fucking ride. Because in the beginning, you heading off. And at the end, you're already there and thinking, it's not even over. Holy fucking shit. What the fuck just happened? And then when you're at the end, when you see what the main characters happen at the end, you'll be like, wow. Wow. And it's sad that this movie didn't get a lot of money when it first came out. But it has a cult following as a motherfucker. Thank God, I love this movie. The special effects again, the acting, the symbolism, and the ending. All great into one. Again, that's all I have to say. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you guys think about The Thing.
This is the SkullKlown signing off. Have a nice day.
A little shout out here to the Slasherfan. He wanted me to shout him out, so shout out to you, Slasher man. And his channel will be in the description box. And obviously, shout out to What Pisses Me Off, because the reason I give you a shout out, obviously, again, I always give you shout outs, which I don't mind. But the reason I give you a shout out is because Slasherfan wanted me to tell you to, hey, give him a shout out. So I shout out to you, so you can give a shout out to him. A little bit of something there. Slasherfan wanted me to do it. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for What Pisses Me Off watching, and also Slasherfan. And anyone that watches this video too, thank you for watching. Again, tell me what you think about this movie review. And what do you think about The Thing? Do you think The Blob and The Thing would be an awesome fight or awesome combination as a movie? Yeah, I love it. Look at that. I got them side by side here, The Thing and The Blob. I mean, like, it's literally match made in heaven, man.